What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Fit, Healthy, and most of all, Happy podcast. I'm your coach and host, Josh, here with
his co-host and co-coach, KG, and I'm in the house.
And I wanted to start by giving back. We're doing a $100 Starbucks giveaway. The podcast has been bumping lately. It's been amazing seeing the responses and all the love, and we just want to say we appreciate you. So if you want to enter to win a $100 Starbucks gift card, probably won't be very many entries on it, so you have a really good chance of taking that home. All you need to do is follow us on Instagram. I linked it in the first link in the description. It'll take you right to the post. Go ahead, drop a comment on it, tag a friend, make sure you're following us, and you will be entered to win a $100 Starbucks giveaway, our gift to you. So once again, our Instagram is @ColossusFit. If you're not following, make sure to follow us. Tons of value there. But today we're going to be talking about 7 nutrition mistakes that are making you fat and unhealthy. So you're going to want to avoid these, because if you're doing these 7 things, you're killing your gains, you're going to be putting on excess unwanted fat, and you're going to be killing your health in the process. And I'm going to take it away with the first one, which is a big one, and that is not hydrating enough. This gets overlooked. Maybe even you hearing me say this, like, oh, I know that I need to prioritize hydration. But if you're avoiding this, you could be causing yourself to be getting more headaches, to being more fatigued. You can be causing yourself to be more hungry. Oftentimes we'll mistake thirst for hunger. So if you're actually not hungry enough and you're not having enough water, it can cause you to feel like your stomach's less full and have you reaching for more food. So a great way to avoid this is actually hydrating enough. And one of the things I recommend is just always keep water near you. And then when you want to reach for something, instead of reaching for a snack or some garbage you don't need, make a point just to be sipping on water all throughout the day. If you're especially bad with water and you're having a lot of things that dehydrate you, like coffee as well as alcohol, I would really make a point to even potentially track how much water you're having, or purchase one of those massive jugs that you can carry around and be a little obnoxious with for a bit while you build that habit that actually maybe has like the time of the day, how far you need to be in the water to ensure you get that done. But I'd really make this a priority. For most people, I recommend aiming for about a gallon. This is greatly going to change based on how big you are. So you can really manipulate that to see what feels best. But I do find in general, you can look at the color of your pee. You can see how you feel. But if you're making a point to constantly just sip on water, that is going to be net better for you than chugging. And this actually will make such a big difference. I've had clients that are struggling to see weight drop. Nutrition's right, training's hard, everything's perfect. We make a point to prioritize hydration that week, and we just see a whoosh and we see a lot of weight come off. I find oftentimes like hydration's overlooked. It's hard to really see the direct benefit of it, but without it, it's amazing how much you're like shooting yourself in the leg. So make sure to make this a priority.
I'd really swap out any of the extra liquid calories that you're having. Obviously, hey, enjoy your coffee, keep doing your thing, but I'd say most people are making that mistake of just needing that thing to be like so tasty and satisfying, like Diet Coke here, coffee here, like sparkly, like all these different things, like day to day, even juice, like all these extra things. And it's like, yeah, water doesn't taste exactly great. I'm not like, man, I'm so pumped to be drinking water, but I know of the benefits, and just try to detach yourself from that, because there's just so many people who are just drinking a million different things in the day and just none of it's water. So make that switch. Number 2, this is a tough one for some people to hear, but snacking. So I will say for most people, snacking doesn't really do any service for you. It's not really helping you out. Now, it's going to be different if you happen to grab a banana and you're going to, enjoy a nice little fruit, or maybe even some veggies and maybe even a protein snack later on. But I would say when it comes to snacking, most people are just choosing garbage, I guess you could say. And I'm going to have to be straight up with you, because I know this myself, that snacking typically takes place due to boredom or maybe stress. It's not usually because of hunger. So I really encourage you to try to have a couple square meals a day, 3 meals a day, count your calories, and just implement a few snacks that are healthy here and there. But if you're just always checking in the cupboard and you bring a bunch of stuff home and whatnot, it's going to be really, really hard to succeed. And I actually made a funny reels on our Instagram just a couple days ago, and it was basically like how to avoid hunger. And it was just like, you open the fridge, make sure to head over to our Instagram. Obviously the giveaway's there, but you'll see this, and it just says you're not hungry, you're bored. And I think just most of the calories consumed from snacks just happen to be just because you're bored and stressed. So avoid this, and I promise you will save a ton of calories and see a lot better results long term.
Yeah, and like you're spending effort and energy digesting, that's when you have a big meal, you feel really lethargic, tired, and just not energized. So if you're always eating all the time, you're forcing your body to be digesting all the time. And of course, it takes a while to digest. So to a degree, you always are. But I do find I feel better spacing meals, giving myself some time to be hungry, eating a proper meal, and really just making that change. And it's an easy way to reduce calories because snacking is just oftentimes mindless, and snacking oftentimes is mindless and the calories can really add up. My next tip for you is not eating whole foods. So just eating very bland, basic, non-nutritious foods. And of course, from a physique standpoint, you can get away with it. You can eat garbage and still look good if your calories and macronutrients are in check. But what's amazing about whole foods is you're just getting that extra premium. You're getting a lot of fiber, which is going to help you feel more full. It's going to help aid in digestion. You're getting more nutrients that are going to energize you and really just maximize out your immune system. And the more you can change the staple of your diet to maximizing and utilizing whole foods, the more of an advantage you'll have. And the easier it is for you to actually be more satiated on less calories and to be more energized on less calories as well. So you can think of the difference of having a really, really just amazing salad with great protein on top and just very basic, or chicken and rice and broccoli, like those kind of staple things, how good they feel in your stomach, how easy they are to digest, how great your energy feels, versus when you have a massive meal like McDonald's or a whole pizza. As tasty as it is, you kind of feel it afterwards and you're like, oh, what did I do? So we like the 80-20 rule. Aim for 80% whole foods, maximize the value of that diet, and you're going to see a big change. It's going to help you stay leaner, put on more muscle.
Yeah, and working off of that, huge common mistake number 4 is just not getting enough protein in. So I think it's mainly because it's not as accessible for a lot of people. And I think sometimes, like, you have to typically go out of your way to get that protein in, right? You have to think about it. Whereas like when you, as an experiment, go to a restaurant, go to the grocery store, you see carbs and fats anywhere at any given point, and it's just overloaded in every aisle. Whereas protein, you actually have to think about it. So most people are kind of lazy within this, and you are shooting yourself in the foot by just not hitting enough protein. The best way to look at it is I would just aim for about 1 gram per pound of your goal weight in protein. So let's say you're 180 pounds, you're looking to get to 160. You can still comfortably have 160 grams of protein, and that will be sufficient enough. Now, the thing is that the more that you do have, the more satisfied you will feel. And I do believe that there's some better benefits if you aim for about 1 gram per pound that you weigh as well. Now, a couple things to mention is if you happen to have, you're like, I love protein, and you enjoy chicken breasts or whatever, you go to 200 plus, like there's no downsides to that. I'm going to be making a Myth Bust Monday episode on protein because a lot of times people think if you have too much, it'll be bad for your kidneys and hair loss and all this stuff. So anyways, that's not the case at all. Just make sure to get enough protein. Some people, when they start, they're having like 40 grams and they're wondering why they're so unsatisfied and hungry and not seeing results. So make this change, and it makes such a big difference on your journey.
The next is if you're eating out, you're not doing it properly. So you can eat out and still go to places that will actually enhance your journey, that will help complement it. I love burrito places. I love shawarma. I love like healthy bowl places, smoothie bars. Like these are all opportunities where you can eat out almost guilt-free if you order properly. It's a lot harder to eat out. I like the McDonald's example. Think Chinese food, like your typical like greasy whatnot. It's not going to aid you all that much. So instead, like, aim to find places you enjoy that actually fit within your caloric budget quite nicely, that actually have great macronutrients. And we made a lot of different content on this. And if you want a free like fast food survival guide, so you can know what to order when you eat out and how to order and how you can avoid a lot of the fluff and extra nonsense calories that can really stack things up, just message me on Instagram. I'll send that over to you. We already linked our Instagram and you're already entering that giveaway. So if you want that, I'll send that to you private or personally. So just go ahead and DM me at Colossus Fit and just say fast food guide. I'll send that right over to you.
Yeah. Next up, I'd say probably the biggest common mistake is just not logging at all. I think a lot of people, like I said, with protein, it's just easy to get lazy with it. And the truth is, when you log, it helps you with accountability and awareness. Those are the two biggest things. It's not supposed to take away from your life. It's not meant where you have to be doing it all day, every day within that, just entire day. So I would just really recommend downloading an app that you want to use. There's a ton of them out there now that are completely free. We use MyFitnessPal. We have no affiliation, but honestly, by keeping a log of your total calories, it'll help you just make better decisions. It'll help you understand where you're messing up or where you're doing great. And I'd say most people struggle because they don't have that awareness and they just do random things. And, you could just be having 3,000 calories a day, thinking you're having 2,000 or whatever the case is. So take that extra few minutes, build that habit. I promise you, this will be the greatest thing you ever do. You're going to learn a lot too. When you go into a grocery store and you see a banana, you think, okay, 20 grams of carbs, 100 calories. I look at an apple, I'm like, all right, 80 calories, 20 grams of carbs. And it will help you with so much more awareness and accountability, 100%.
Last but not least, you're just eating nonsense calories all the time. So if you're just a person that's always grabbing a snack, you're eating anything that's there, you're running around Costco eating 20 samples every time you go, you're going getting a hot dog after, like, just be aware and intentional with what you're eating, and you can avoid this. Another example is just getting crazy Starbucks drinks. Like, just be aware. If you want these things, make them fit within that 20, but they shouldn't be 80% of your day. And like, if you're just constantly grabbing and taking random things at work, you're taking this and that, like, doing things mindlessly, this is where people go wrong, and calories stack up so quick. I could mindlessly eat thousands of calories each day. So just show more intention. Avoid the really common things that are going to nuke you, like having excessive sauces, having way too much cream and sugar in your coffee. Like, just avoid these things, be intentional with it, and just avoid the quote unquote nonsense calories. And the more you make a habit of doing it, the easier it is to be consistent with it. And that'll make a big difference. But those are the 7 nutrition mistakes. Hopefully you identified with a few of them, but just know things will only change if you actually implement change. So I want to challenge you for that. Make sure to go ahead and enter our free giveaway for $100 Starbucks gift card. I want you to be the winner. So go take advantage of that. If you want a great fast food survival guide, a totally free ebook, something we prepared. Kyle spent dozens and dozens of hours building that out, making that really professional. So if you want it free, just DM me on Instagram. I want to give it to more people, saying fast food guide. My Instagram at ColossusFit, COLOSSUSFIT. Thank you for tuning in today. We appreciate it. We'll see you on Monday for Motivation Monday. Peace.